Hey everyone, welcome to this continuation of the last Blitzkrieg. We have a lot of activity going up here in the north. A lot of errors around, where was it down here? I made movement errors. If you watched the last video, across here, didn't realise this overpass was destroyed, didn't realise these two rows linked up. And I played through this whole activation with those errors. It's a lot to undo, so I'm going to fudge it and say that German engineers worked overnight on the 16th to repair this overpass and form a little path through the woods here. that's how I'm justifying this. It's not shown on the map, but if really down close, they repaired that overpass. That's what we're looking at here, folks. Otherwise, this whole can't grip Piper activation. There could have been, the Tigers could have got to about here. They would have been just short. Look, I could have got a similar result on their first activation. Even if I undid everything and then redid it properly, I probably would have got a very similar result. Their second activation was very limited. Not a lot of movement. So I'm pretty sure the outcome would be much the same, just done in a slightly different way. And Lynn also suggested getting this anti-tank formation into support as soon as possible. I agree. They're not doing much, just sitting out there. A red AV unit in support, red support, is desperately needed. So I will do that next turn. In fact, I'm going to see if I can leave myself a label. Put in support. There we go. To make it clear. And if you spot any other formations that you think I should put in support, let me know, because maybe these guys? No, I had some reinforcements. These guys, they're going to go into support for 150. So we have the US turn coming up. We have a US formation activation. Now, I do have 2nd Infantry Division available. The 1st, the 9th, the 99th are all spent. Look, it may be time now to activate these guys. Otherwise, they're at risk of being cut off completely. So let's activate these guys. Let's make their snafu roll. It's going to be a partial 5, 4, 3. Oh, actually, this could be even worse. Where is their combat terrain? Okay, it's under here. So this is a big formation. Let's highlight this. You can see they're around this northeastern front. Now, they do have a link to their combat terrain. Along tracks, but optimal and not ghosted. So it's a net +0 for that. So all the other modifiers give them, I think, a narrow partial. They're not a mixed formation. They're okay, they're pretty coherent. So no other modifiers there, nor for coordination. And I think I'd like to pull them back a little bit to link up with Sauerbraut over here. Whilst keeping in command range. So this is where they can, without moving, actually I probably should move my headquarters further as well. 2, 3, how far can I move them whilst keeping these guys at the front in range? 5 hexes to the southwest, okay. This is where I think Vassal has that advantage, otherwise I'd be counting up all these sort of things. So I do have 2 objectives. I could counterattack the armour there, but that's a pretty tough unit. It would be good. Or I just hold on to roll barn B and protect this secondary road out here, stop Von der Heid from linking up. And I think I might just do that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Is Robertville? No, it's nothing. So I may as well defend there across the, I'm not sure what that is. It might be a lake? Stream? These are streams. I think this is actually a river. I think I saw this posted on Consum World. I think this is actually a river. which either way is defensive terrain anyway. So if they can defend their... Oh, actually no, sorry, let's bring this up. If I extend this, a river is key terrain, so they can block steps if they defend from an attack coming across there. So it's a good place to defend. So it's only a partial. My apologies. Okay, so they can get two movement points. 1, 2. Unless they flip over. Now, I don't know why these guys aren't in a prepared defense, so I should have declared this earlier, but I will place a prepared defense marker. Should have declared that before the snafu roll. I didn't, but my apologies. They've got a lot of support. So half movement, half movement. They might just defend north of this river, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they'll get into this status to be able to defend along here. It's not the best defensive position, but it is at least a defensive position. So they're defending here, defending there. Maybe that would be a better place because of the rolling. Anyway, they're there now. Now, I do have these moving reconnaissance units. And... oh, geez, they're in a really awkward position. Really awkward. I don't know why they are there. Because as soon as they move, they're going to have to stop. So they're going to try and get out of there and into a better position. They're going to go 1, and then they move into the west wall and must stop. If you look at the terrain for west wall, allies must stop regardless of what they are. I want to keep this infantry along that road there. They're okay. They're in a good position. But the rest of this infantry here, I'd like to pull back as far as I can. So, which isn't far. 1. What does a marsh do? Yeah, okay, all. So I can't go there. 1, 1.5, and we'll go 1, 2, 1, 2, leaving the rest of the 2nd Division up there in the north to block this little road network here. They're in a good position. They're blocking any Germans trying to use that primary road. Basically, they'll have to push the Americans off those positions to clear the ZOCs. Keep in mind they've got support here. So a little bit of shifting about, not a lot of movement, but yeah, pretty decent. No objective, so no fatigue. Let's roll for a 2nd objective, needing a 4 or more. Fail. Okay, so they're done. And that's all there are no more US reinforcements coming on. That's all the US movement out in this northern sector, which means the Germans are now free to activate. And they're going to try and see what they can do with the 352nd before I activate 150th, before I activate 12th SS, before I activate the 1st. I'll see what my infantry can get done. Let's roll for their snafu. It's 5. It's going to be bad, I can tell you. So it is optimal 6, game specific 7, -2 along tracks back down to 6, -2 is 4. So it's a partial. And that gives them 1 objective. I think they'll set it here. Yeah, it's not ideal. It's problematic. Partial. They can barely move off the road. Maybe I'll just set it as here instead. Get these guys off the road so that 1/50th can come through. And that's 2 movement points just to move there. And these guys will go a half, 1.5, and then attack. Yeah, that's about all I can do. And keep in mind, this second infantry are now in a prepared defense, so they're going to be tough. So I've got in combat 2 plus 2 for suppression, no assistance, nothing else really coming to my aid. That's just a modifier of 4. And the Americans have got versus 4. They're in a prepared defense. They've got red support plus other support. They're in terrain. I should probably not go off the top of my head, but actually look at the charts. So they have dual, so 4 plus 1, 2, 3. Yeah, gives me a -3 die roll modifier on the attack. Oh, that's okay. Well, that's a 9. That's an A1 situational. So decrease step. Decrease steps. Okay, causing a step loss. That's okay. And they're at half artillery, so they only get the 1 artillery point. And that's about it, really. For them, fatigue 1 to 3, no. Second activation on a 6, no. So they are also done. Didn't expect much from them, but yeah, you never know. As we start to scroll down to the south now, the Americans looking for formations to activate. They do have 14th Cav here, and they are also, I guess, at risk of being cut off. So we'll get these guys active with as I bring my charts over and double check the modifiers here. So a 9 game specific -2 is 7. Optimal distance 8. Using tracks 7. I'm pretty sure that's no. Actually, no. Here we go. These guys are blocking their MSR. They could trace an alternate route along here, but it's beyond optimal distance. You see this. This is their combat train. Can't grip Piper now exerts this ZOC into this hex here. So they have to draw their path along this track down to here, and then from here they could go back up this track here. It's way beyond optimal. So I think if I look at their snafu, it is 9. 8, 7 for game specific. Seven. And I guess they're also crossing streams because of that path they have to take. Yeah, so it's going to be partial, and it uses tracks, so it's -2, so it's down to 5. Ouch. Partial activation, again, no. They could attack here. Don't think I really want to though. I just want to get out of this awkward situation. And look, I could defend here, slowing down 3rd Fallschirmjäger. But there's the chance. I think it's a decent chance that 1st SS could surround them. I think they're better off defending around this unbeliever area. Okay, so 106 are there. Got to be careful that I don't mix formations. So that's 106. They're kind of in this area. I would like to move 14th Cav. Oh geez, how far back can they get? Not very far back with half movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's about as far as they get to there. These guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. I'll stop there. Headquarters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have to stop there. And I'll try to relocate this to just a bit of a safer location, maybe along here. That means I have to trace supply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 up here roughly. So it's optimal distance, but along tracks it's moved. Yeah, okay. Again, I could attack here. There's a bit of rolling terrain there. But I'm thinking I won't. I'll just sit there patiently. Okay, so fatigue roll. No combat. They get a chance at a second activation on a 4 or more. No, they don't. So they are done. And back to the Germans. Alright, so there's no there's no prior up here. There's going to be no American response in the north, so I don't need to rush those SS activations. Is there anything I could really do down here? We've got CCR9 who haven't activated yet. 2nd Panzer hasn't activated yet. So look, is there anything I can do around here with the 560th? 112th, 28th have activated, so they're done for the turn. But these guys are not done. And what could the Americans do to upset my plans? They're in a prepared defense. This is just an infantry division, so they don't have a lot of punching power. The bridge still isn't open there, so it's going to be tough to get across. Let me think about it for a moment. There. Clervaux down here. Can they reach Clervaux? 1, 2. So they have to mix with the 2nd Panzer. Can I do anything with the 2nd Panzer? They haven't activated yet. Can I do anything with them to kind of clear a path? Yeah, if I disengage this unit, force them out of the way, get them to clear off, that opens a secondary road through here. Or potentially the primary road. I'm going to activate 2nd Panzer before I activate the Volksgrenadier. The Volksgrenadier can't do a lot. The problem here, problems everywhere. Have I activated 26 yet? No. Here, I'm going to do this first. 26 Volksgrenadier. They're going to activate and try and clear this road through Clervaux, because if I can clear that, it's better for the 2nd Panzer. So let's do this. These guys are activating snafu roll. They want a good one. That's bad. 4, 5, 4. It's a partial, basically. So they get a single objective, and they're going to put it in Clervaux. This is 26 Volksgrenadier. And they've got a reconnaissance unit here, so they could set a separate objective somewhere else, but really all their efforts are going to be around here. And so keeping in mind this is a support unit. We do have a 1-step unit there, so I do an attack with a barrage. This needs to be the hex I take. Partial movement. And a prepared defense, so this is going to be a really tough hex to take. 4 steps. They're engineers, so they're not overly strong, but it's just going to be really tough. And a tough combat as well. Key terrain, defensive, hex side. Yeah. I might actually try to attack this unit first, just to clear out that road. With these 2 units. And I think they'll do a destructive barrage. We've got 5 artillery units here. If I probably don't need it. I probably should have the odds, shouldn't I? Destructive barrage would give me, if I throw 3 artillery pieces at it, 3 artillery points. Oh, it's halved, so it's only 2. Alright, I'll do a normal combat in that point. In that case, with just the 1 artillery point. So I've got 4 plus suppression plus assistance. I don't have support. It's this formation here we're looking at. Incidentally, they're no longer suffering coordination issues. Versus 4 plus prepared defense plus red support plus terrain gives me a net of 0 modifier. Yeah, 7 versus 7. So what do I need? To cause a hit here, I'm going to need at least a 7. Anything less won't cause a hit. Oh, exactly what I need. So that's an A1 situational, and that sends that unit to the graveyard. But it enables me to advance after combat. Alright, that was within that objective zone. Now, Clervaux, jeez, I don't know what to do about it. Grind away at it? I guess I kind of, so the 26 Volksgrenadier, they're kind of busting through here. They could drive 1, 2, oh, it's partial. 1, 2, 3, 4. They could be over here with the possibility of a second activation. And if they can reach there, they can then go 1, 2, and maybe attack the engineers here. I could do both, I guess. I could bring these headquarters up. Hold on. I would like to avoid mixing if I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. Oh, what are these rules for headquarters again? Where they're limited to headquarters have foot movement, but they move as trucks. 4.7A. Okay, they just can't cross or enter terrain prohibited by trucks, that's all. So they can go basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a long way to get across that river. 1.5. Just to avoid mixing. Should have acted the second panzer first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a spider in the house. Okay, well that kind of forces my hand and kind of encourages me to drive on Clervaux. These guys will move up 2 hexes. They will move up 2 hexes to the limit of their movement, basically. I will bring up my where do I put my combat trains now? What's the alternative? Can I get across the river? What's the cost? No, trucks can't move. They have to cross at a bridge, basically. Yeah, bridge there. They can't cross there. Or mix with second panzer and give them a penalty, which I don't want. I want to keep second panzer really fresh and unmixed. Yeah. So they'll go there, bring their artillery up with them. I have used one of those 5, in fact 2. These guys, can they do anything? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'll hold them there to keep this primary road clear in case Panzerlehr wants to use it. Ah, it's 7. It's half movement point because it's only a partial. Ah, okay. Even worse then. 1. I'm going to have to mix, I guess. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. Suck it up. They're mixing. Psi, place a coordination marker, and yep, second Panzer get one as well. They say, yeah, thanks guys. 4, is that right? 1, 2, 2, 3, 4 to there. And I will move their combat train 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Which means that these guys can move just a little bit further up. Where they go 1, 2, 2. Actually, why not flip them and go a bit further? 2, 3.5. 1, 2, 3.5. Yep. Now still have these guys, and I guess I'll try to get into Clairvaux. How can these guys get there? Oh geez, I don't think I can even get assistance in there. Because it's 2 to move in here, 2 to move in there. So that's 2 movement points. 1. That'll just bump up there. Actually, where were these guys? They were here. Yeah, that's... What I will do is cut off their retreat. Now these guys can't support each other because they're not adjacent, but it does kind of isolate Clairvaux from their combat trains. And we do get a very weak attack, so this is going to be 4 plus my other artillery with no support equals 6. Versus the defenders who had, they've got a lot. Here we go, engineers, 3 plus support plus a prepared defense plus Hexide plus, I believe that's a city, right? A city equals 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a -2 dice roll modifier to a 5, which is an A2 result. Well, I didn't expect much, but yeah. Not happy with that. 26 Volksgrenadier, that's all they did. Alright, fatigue on a 1 to 3. Nope. Second activation, they're still fresh on a 3 or more. Hey, okay. Maybe they can do something now. I'll put them in done mode now so I remember. Snafu roll. They have a coordination marker, but they're not mixed. So let's roll and see what happens. 12. That's going to be a double. Good. Now. 1, 2, 3. I can reach these engineers and get an attack on them this turn. And I think I want to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I could clear out their 1, 2, 3, 4. these guys are driven off the road along their MSR. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 back to Bastogne. They can't quite reach there, but then these guys can go. Of course, I will need to move the headquarters up, which I'll do as a priority. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seems good. Keeping all their units in command range. And worried about their combat trains, but yep, we'll sort that out later. They'll have to follow this track to up here. And these guys will go 1, 2, 3, 4, and they can then attack here. Now, I'm not saying it's a powerful attack, but if they can just cause a retreat result, that'll be good, because they're stationary. So they've got 3, plus they'll spend 3 steps. Yeah, they don't need a retreat result, so suppression is 5 versus the defenders with 2 plus the terrain gives me a +2 die roll modifier. I think a result of 7, 8, 9 will cause a situational retreat. They go to the graveyard because they can't retreat because they're stationary. And we can advance. Alright, done well to there's Bastogne, but I know the 101st will be popping up any minute now. Well, a couple of hours from now. So, ooh, can I get these guys? How far can they? They're going to struggle, aren't they? All right, so let's get them in attack, them supporting. It's going to be 4 plus artillery plus assistance versus 3 plus support plus a prepared defense plus Hexide plus the city equals 7 versus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. It's only a -1 modifier now, and the roll is a 4. D2 result. Okay, saw that coming. Around here, I'm just going to very much block their road. I go 1, 2, and stop. Really securely block any reinforcements coming in. And these guys can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Sorry, where were they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, this unit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They can get to the Vilts and see if this bridge blows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, actually 12.5 on that last bit of secondary road. Let's. This could be an important bridge. Could be tough to take, but I want the bridge intact, so I might throw a grief marker at it. Send that to the graveyard to enable supplies to flow to the southern half of the Vilts River. I know there's a lot of other things I need to clear out first, but now 1 to 4. Hey, lucky. So the bridge is in good condition. Bridge markers. Bridge marker Here we go. I don't know what that is. It the Vilts, and that is good. Now they can attack across this. It's not going to be very good. Actually, they've got an AR of 5, so 5. We'll throw some artillery at it. So 5 plus 1 because it's a shock. Actually, they could do an attack by fire first, maybe, or just 2 shock combats. Let's see what the odds are for shock combat. So I'll think about this first. 5 plus 1. That's going to be it. It's going to be 6 versus 2. Hexside terrain is 5. It's going to be 6 versus 5. If I do a preparatory 5 first, so either 2 combats where I need 6 or more. I like those odds. I'll do a shock combat. So it's a +1 modifier. Shock combat 10. 11 is a D1 retreat. Oh, but wait, this is in a key terrain. So D1, a retreat. They're in a city, so they stand their ground. That's the first shock combat. Second shock combat, exactly the same. Exactly the same result. They go to the graveyard, and I advance. No, I don't advance. I'm stopped because it's my second fire mission. But Viltz is cleared for Panzerleer, and they're saying, hey guys, we've cleared the hex and the bridge is good. You can now move across there. So, yeah, that's their activation done. 110/28. I don't know if they really want. Where are they? There they are there. So they're going to have no MSR. I think they want to wait. Instead, we want to try and get CCR 9 into a slightly better position. Yeah, so I think we might. They're in partial defense. I want to keep them in partial defense. So the best I can do is, yep, a limited activation. Now what I've got here is this is yeah, dual unit defending in terrain. So that's a good defensive position. This is pretty tough actually. This is a dual unit, so +1 in defensive terrain, +2, prepared defense +3. That's it. They end across if they second Panzer attack across here. I think it's across Hexside terrain +4, so a really good, simple defensive position there. I guess I need to think about 116th Panzer moving around here and think about how much of a threat this is. Now I could get these guys on the road. You've also got 26 Volksgrenadier. I guess the question is, do I hold here and slow down second Panzer? Or do I worry about 116th Panzer in my rear here? And can't do anything about 116th Panzer. Keep in mind these guys don't have AV support. So I could go... One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, up to Hoffelays. What are US reinforcements for next turn? Are there any being placed? Yeah, I can place 82nd and 101st right in Hoffelays, I think. Within 5 of any US controlled VP hex on maps A or B. Ah, okay. Marnhay, Vermont, okay. that does worry me a bit as the allies. But okay. I like where this unit is. I have some flexibility with the other two. 16. They could race up to Hoffley, surely. They can go 1. I've got to be in range of this HQ though, that's the only problem. So what I might do is bring my infantry up so that they're now double stacked, just to really boost their defense. And these guys will come back to Troyes, Viège. How far they move? Oops, I didn't mean to change sides. 1, 2.5, perfect, that's half movement. They can do that. 1, actually it's only 2 movement points to do that. So no fatigue. I do have artillery, it's halved, so I've only got 1. But I'll spend it to do, I need to set an objective for that, so I'll set an objective, I'll place 1 objective here and use that for artillery. This is terrain, so it'll hit on 4+, top unit, bottom unit, both miss. And because I place that, I may suffer a fatigue on a roll of 1. Ooh, they narrowly escape fatigue. Pretty sure it's just 1 for placing objective marker. They didn't combat objective 1. No engagement, no attack by fire. They have a chance at a second activation, but I don't think they want to do anything. So I'm just going to enter done mode. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move the headquarters just down the road a little bit so they're not right on there. And oh, I actually have supply issues because that is no longer an MSR. It's blocked by these guys. So I should have thought about that before. I will put their... Where can they draw? They have to go back up the road and along the track, I guess. Which means I'll put this in Hoffleys. So they're drawing along the track. So this was a good move by 26 Volk Serenity. Cutting, I didn't even realise I was cutting that supply route along the M12. They can't draw supplies up here. They've got 116th Panzer and yeah, that's all blocked. Okay, so that's done. So now I think I'll activate the 5. 1. What can they do? 1, 2, 3.5. Maybe they could have a go at clearing out. They could have a very, very weak attempt at clearing out this armor. But better than nothing, maybe? Because if they can do it, it frees up 2nd Panzer. 1, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. They can't do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. They can actually make it. All right, let's try and activate 5/60th, and we'll see what they can do. So, actually, before they do anything, I think I want to activate Panzerlehr. I don't think any Americans down here can interfere with them. Maybe the 109th can, so let's get these guys doing what... Oh, they've done it! They activated earlier, I forgot. They're done. What about 5th Volksjäger? Maybe I'll activate them again before the Americans down south can do anything. They want to clear this hex and then try to drive down towards Edelbrock and try to capture Edelbrock and Dekirk. Dekirk is occupied. Edelbrock is not. I don't think they can make it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, they could make it if they get really lucky. So first of all, roll for Snafu. They need a double to be able to get this done. 6. Okay, they've got optimal distance. Okay, game specific, optimal distance. Okay, -1 fatigue brings it down to 5. Game specific pushes it up to 6. Optimal distance pushes it up to 7, and that's the only modifier. They're not crossing streams, they're not on tracks, they're not ghosted. So full activation. Alright. And they're going to need to place an objective here if they want to move into that victory point hex. It means sacrificing some progress here, but if they can blow this unit out of the water, it clears that road. I'm pretty sure this unit, let's say they flip over to 8, they can go 1, 2, 1, doesn't know which way they go, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They could march in if the bridge is intact. If the bridge is intact. If it isn't intact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can come in the back path. So either way they can make it, provided they clear this unit out of the way. So we're going to set an objective there and an objective down here. And how am I going to get this done? I want to bring in my best infantry. So they'll go 1, 2, and these guys will go 1, 2, 3, and they'll assist. And we will have, now the question is, it's one step, and I'm thinking 3 artillery, 3 destructive barrages, 3 rolls needing a 4 or more, because this is a terrain hex. 4 or more, so I need 1 roll of 4 or more on 3 dice to kill this unit. So it's going to be a destructive barrage. I won't work out the odds because I'm so confident this will work, right? 3 rolls. There we go. First one. And just in case. Hey, really wipe them out. Send them to the graveyard. Attack succeeds. They advance. What this does, I won't need that because there's no other combat in the area, is these guys can go 1, 2, 3. You know what? I can't, I'm not allowed to jump combat trains on that flip side. Not allowed to. So, I forgot about that. I made that mistake. I did the Southern campaign. So I'll set this objective here instead. I will move down here, but I just can't jump them. So I'll go 1, 2. Actually, I'll do this first because we'll see what happens. This is just 1 unit. I'll bring 1, 2, 3. Bring them in there. Half, 1, 2, 3. Bring them in there, just so I can kind of get around this unit basically. And what I'm going to do is bring my headquarters down somewhere in this area, which means I don't have to worry about these guys. Does that make sense? I don't know. This is a 109th, 28th. They do have a prepared defense, so they're just going to hold their ground really. In fact, maybe I want to give them a retreat route, so I don't want to do that. I kind of want this unit to retreat, not stand their ground and lose steps. So what I'll do is change my mind again. I'll get this unit to attack this unit in support. So I have got no artillery because I spent it all, and they don't have any other. They have red support though. So 3 plus 1 for the support, plus assistance is 5 versus 4 plus their rolling plus prepared defense. equals a -1 dice roll modifier. So I don't like my odds here. 4-3 is an A2 result. Okay. So is there another route for my headquarters to get around? One, oh, they can just go straight up, right? 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Oh, how do they get across this bridge here? 1.5. Okay, they can come down here. 1, 2, 3.5. Half. It's gonna be 2.5, 3, 4. 3.5, 4, 5. I think I've lost count. 2.5. Oh no, this is a road. Sorry. Half, 1.5. Actually, sorry, 1 because it's a foot unit. 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half. They'll stop there. I'll then bring their combat train 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to there. So they're drawing supplies along here, up here, and across this bridge. That's, I believe, legal. They're not crossing streams. They're not in anyone's way. I'll bring this infantry down and around now. 1, 2, 3. Actually, they'll 1, 2, 3. They'll stop there just to lock that 109th, 28th unit in, stop them causing any trouble. This unit will go 1, 2, 3 and lock them in for the same reason. We've already had an attack on this hex. And these guys who haven't actually moved yet. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can move all the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They can't move in there because they can't jump. They don't have that assault arrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And another important bridge. Not as important though, now that I've secured the Wiltz bridge. But because I don't have this path along here yet, this could have a better short-term benefit. I can get supplies along here, but I haven't actually, I can't actually get in there yet. So do I spend a grief marker to help with this one? 3 grief markers left. I think I will. Okay, so 1 to 4, it's safe. It is safe. Nice. Grab that. Clone you. And the Edelbrook, this is completely different to my southern campaign where every bridge blew. Alright, and these guys haven't moved. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess. It's not the best defense, but it is stopping this formation here from running about. Okay, bringing up their support. And yeah, pretty happy with that. So combat fatigue 1 to 3. No. They get a second activation on a 5 or more. Hey, this is great because now Snafu is not great. It's going to be 8, 9 game specific, 7 ghosted but optimal. That's a double objective, I think. They're not suffering any coordination. They didn't move through anybody, did they? I don't think so. Oh, they moved through the 352nd blob, so it might be a partial. So that's another -1. Does that mean 352nd should have a coordination as well? Because they moved down through here. Oh, actually, could they do that? Was there any other way to... I came straight down this road, didn't I? And through their blob, so yeah, they've got to suffer a coordination. But they're no longer mixed. Okay, so yeah, that gives these guys a partial activation. I'll mark them as done so I don't forget. I'll place an objective down here because I need that to move in, and we will move into, we'll flip into that and move into Edelbrook, capturing an important victory point location, forcing the combat train. Oh geez, where does it go? Off map, or sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, okay. Jumped and pushed down there. Yeah, that's legal, I think, because that's where they're drawing supplies through. Nice work, 5th Fallschirmjäger. Okay, they can do other things as well. Not really much attacking, but so I needed that objective there. Let's bring the headquarters down. Command range, they can go 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1. That's as far as they can go, whilst keeping these guys in command. Am I worried about this American unit here causing havoc behind my lines? Not overly, but not. So let's get this unit on the road and moving out west towards Martelange. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. I'll hold up there. Happy with my combat train, so that will stay there, and happy with everyone else. Just locking in. This is a big blob, but it is coherent and it's doing its job. Now, no combat, so actually we might just get this unit. See, I don't know if I should send the 5th Fallschirmjäger out west to Martelange or focus on Dekirk. I've got the 352nd here. I guess I'll leave them there for now and we'll see what happens next turn. Fatigue is fine. They are done. Alright, back to an American activation. Now I'll see what the 110th, 28th in here. I've got CCB 9 way up in the north. That's a very small formation, CCB 9, and they're just kind of sitting there not doing much. Maybe they want to come south and try and cut off 116th Panzer, a bit of a counter-attack here. They can either, they're kind of pretty flexible, they could head to the north, hit Piper, stop their drive, sort of block some of these roads. At the present, Piper's got a lot of, if they activate early, they've got a lot of these open roads, Lunaville, through here towards Vilsam. Maybe that's what CCB 9 do, they just sort of block some of these northern roads. I mean, we do have first infantry, so, but you just don't. It's kind of the what's the order of activation is going to be. I'm worried about 116th Panzer. I know I've got 7th Armour right here, but I can see the potential. If I come down south, it's going to mix formations, create issues for the 106th Infantry Division here. I think I'll move north and head off Piper. Okay, so let's activate these guys. Snafu. Oh god, that's going to be a failure. Their supply train is way up there. CCB 9th Armour, right? I don't know why it's all the way up there, but I will move it to here. And they won't do a failure flip, so they can move that train down. So no fatigue. Second activation on a 4 or more. They do. Snafu for this one is better. It'll be a 6, so that's a partial. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm thinking about using these railroad tracks, which cost attack movement 2 movement points, just to get a bit further north. Otherwise they mix with the 14th Cav and they're going to be stopped by this formation. Otherwise they come down around south, or they can go up here and then cut across maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the northern side of Unbelief. That might be a decent place to go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This puts them in this northern area. Headquarters will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where does the road go? Into Ombleave. I might just hold there as a pretty decent defensive position. And I could. They've got 1 artillery and 1 attached. They could throw some artillery at this hex here. They're out. Oh, they're enrolling. So it'll be a 4 or more. So if I set their objective here, they get 1 artillery point. 4 or more. They cause a hit. But now they have to roll fatigue, and they suffer fatigue. So that was their second activation. Okay, look, not best, but pretty bad actually. But that'll do. And yeah, they're done. So now back to the Germans, and as I said, I want to focus on these efforts down the south. So we've got 110-28 who haven't moved yet. Maybe I'll try and activate 352nd and see what they can do. Okay, here we go. 12, it's going to be a double activation. I don't have to worry about that. And what are they going to try and do? So this is a another fairly spread out formation. Not worried about this. This is just a big battalion they can't do much with. Would like to capture Bettendorf. and see how this bridge goes. So I will set an objective there. What else can we do? We can come around the bottom half of Dekirk maybe. Can we get there? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I can almost get there, but not quite. Unless I clear this unit out first. If I succeed with that, they're in a prepared defense though. And they won't have a retreat path, so this is going to be another stubborn little siege, isn't it? How do I get across this river? There's no roads around here. So this river is going to cost me +2 movement points for foot units to cross. It's going to cost all my movement to get across there. I don't have any independent armour, any real armour in this formation. They do have red support, which really helps their combat. Maybe I throw everything at this hex. We're looking at a town, but a single unit. I think I set this as my double objective. I attack with that unit in support. So I'll put them on top. So I've got 3 plus a double objective, plus red support, plus artillery, plus assistance. Gives me pretty good modifiers. That's what's that? 6, 7, 8 versus defense of 4, prepared defense, no support, terrain. Gives me a +2 die roll modifier. I need an 11 to force this retreat, so I need a 9 or more. It's an 8, which is an A1 situational. I needed better than that, basically. Still got some units to move though. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 straight across the river. This unit will join them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still haven't made a die roll for this bridge yet. I don't think I've entered that hex yet. And we don't need 2 units there. We'll get one of them to come down. 1, 2. Oh, we don't want to. 1, 2. We'll just come into there. I don't want to mix with the 5th Volksjäger again. And I'll get my... there's no bridge here, is there? Oh, are they in command? They can't actually move that far. So how do I get these guys? They've got to come across... Okay, they can do that actually. They can come across this river. One and a half. And they'll stop there. Actually no, because if they wait here, they're on a decent supply line. So they didn't move. Sorry, clicking things all over the place. Still in command range, everyone's okay. Fatigue for combat. Ouch. Increase that. Second activation on a 5 or more. Hey, you actually get a second activation. Snafu is terrible. It's a 3. Game specific is 4. Optimal 5. -1 is 4. It's a partial activation. What I could do is cut off 109th, 28th. I know they're going to activate soon. They haven't activated yet, so I could cut off their MSR. Let's do that. Let's one unit in there. I don't think I can engage in combat across this river, so I'll set my objective. Here again for a similar type of attack. But this time I will push my headquarters up to here. It's going to make my next activation across tracks, so -1 penalty, but it enables me just to move my units a little bit further. So this unit will go 1, 2. Now this Dekirk bridge isn't as important anymore. because I've secured the Edelbrook Bridge. So I'm not going to spend a grief marker on this. We'll just roll and see what happens. 1 to 2, it is safe. It's blown. Okay. So I'll copy that. It's a blown bridge. But what I'm doing here is cutting off American MSR basically. So all these 109th, 28th guys, they're going to be very isolated. And we'll get our pioneers just to sit in there, and we'll check this bridge as well. Same idea, it's not super important. 1 to 2. Hey, it's actually safe. That's just another little added bonus, not really that essential. And let's check my command range. These guys can go 1, 2, 3. I have no sort of ambitious plans out here just yet. This is going to be slow grinding down at the 109th, 28th. But there will be an attack here. Attacker, support. In fact, these guys may as well cross the river to there. Attacker, support. What did I say it was? The same combat as last time. So it was a +1 modifier, I think. Or was it +2? Was it just there? 3. Yeah, I think it was +2. 8, 9, 10 is A1 situational. Actually, it was a double objective last time, so it'd only be the +1 modifier. So it's a 9, same result, situational. So 352nd has a clear blob. It's kind of southeast of 5th Fallschirmjäger. Their objective here has been to, I guess, round and isolate the 109th, 28th and slowly grind them into nothing. They roll for fatigue. They suffer some fatigue. They're doing a lot of work out here. But I'm happy with the job they're doing. Okay. Well, look, 109th, 28th can't do anything pretty much, so I'll activate them now and run through the motion. Snafu. Okay, first of all, no MSR. Right, they're blocked. So the 109th, 28th, this is placed on the reinforcement track for next turn. And it's a -3 die roll modifier, which brings this down to 1. No fatigue, but game specific brings it down to 0, so it's a fail snafu. There's no point doing a failure flip recovery. So they're at 0 fatigue. Okay, just double checking a few things. Yeah, it's a failure. And they don't want a second activation, so they'll say they're done, but they do suffer some attrition. And okay, so there is no MSR. Okay, so this unit here has a safe pass to the HQ. So they don't suffer anything. This unit here has no safe path, is in command radius, but the MSR, there's no MSR block marker yet. So no safe path in command radius, it's just 1 step. But next turn, think it'll be 2 steps. And this unit up here should be the same. They're in command radius. No safe path, in command radius. No missile blocked, 1 step loss. Okay, that's going to be a slow grind. So I'm going to have to sort of force or hurry that up with some attacks on the way. Yeah, okay, back to the Germans. And we've got 276 Volksgrenadier down here. 276. 212s have done well to tie in 4th Division. I'm not overly worried. I think I might send. Do they have their support back yet? They have no. Oh yeah, there's a bridge open here. So their support is, I'm pretty sure, reinstated. Yeah. Alright, let's activate these guys and see what they can do. Not much with that. That's going to be a partial. They've got 276 ghosted but optimal distance. Game specific brings it to about 4, I think. Partial activation. And they're kind of heading this way towards Medinak. This seems to be the primary target. All low ARs. Do we have... Okay, these guys have 6 steps, so 1.5. We'll bring in some support, and we'll get an attack on here. So it's going to be 2... Where's my headquarters? Are they in range? Can I put those bridges at the bottom? There we go, range of 6. Okay, just in range. Good. So I've got 2 plus artillery plus assistance plus red support gives me 6 versus 3 dual unit or support plus 2 combat units plus a dual unit in a terrain hex. So it's 5. So I get +1 die roll modifier. That's not bad considering these are some pretty good units. Yeah, okay. +1 to a 7 is an 8, which is an A1. Situational. And they're not in a prepared defense, so they retreat 3 hexes. 1, 2, 3. And we can advance. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I could clear out their headquarters if I want. 1. Are there any reinforcements coming in from Hex F? There are. 10th Armoured Division is coming straight through here. Okay. Where can I defend around here? Well, Bilig seems to be a good place. 1, 2. And I might want to set up a prepared defense early next turn. 276. Okay. Where else? That's an F. That's an F. That's an F. We might send these guys 1, 2.5 to Hala just to hold that a little bit better. And we'll send out our... how do they get across this bridge again? It's 1.5. I'm going to stop there, I believe. Trucks stop in woods. Stop. 4 movement points. Cost 4 movement points, and they stop and end their movement. Next turn they can keep moving up. And I can't. Oh yeah, I can't move. I can't move my headquarters over. Oops, these guys can't move that far. I'll put them about there. Yeah, okay. So they're really limited in their advance. Roll for fatigue 1 to 3. That's another fatigue increase. And second activation on a 6. No. So they are done. And we've got a US activation coming up. And I might round it off here, folks. Some pretty mild activations. A lot of infantry activations. Slow German grind. Some good activations down here by the 26 Volksgrenadier. That's Bastogne. That's a 26. And let me tell you, this is where the 101st will be appearing at the start of next turn. Look, but this is important because in the Southern Campaign, they defended Margaret here and it was very solid. We've kind of taken some of those eastern defensive hexes. You look here, this is clear. That's going to be tough for the 101st to defend. They'll be putting their infantry up here. Oh, there's rolling terrain, I guess, as well they can defend, but yeah. Look, thanks all. German activation, a US activation coming up next, and I'll play through that later. Take care.